Jones. I'm here today with Vital Thomas, president of Grant a Wish.
Right.
Welcome to the show.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Thanks so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've born and raised in Chicago. I was born here in July 18, 1958, and I've seen a lot of things over the years. And I went to Columbia College and I went to, Sasha High School, Hirsch High School, Metro High School, variety of different high schools. And I enjoyed, living in the city. And the backstory is with me is that I've done a lot of public service.
Okay.
And I wanted to always help people because that's the key to me in living in a city like Chicago, especially when you grew up at a time when people were treated fairly. And so I wanted to give back, So that's about a sum up of it.
Okay, great. When and why was Grant a Wish founded?
Grant a Wish was founded in 1981, and it was founded by a lady by the name of Miss Ann Blair. And Miss Ann Blair was my mother.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's the backstory, okay? And she told me that the most important thing in life is to be of service. She said, if you can't be somewhere doing something for someone in need, then there's no reason why you should even be alive if you're going to ignore the poverty and things. So she was doing a lecture series on the detrimental impact that movies and television had on minorities. And when she went to do those lectures, she noticed that a lot of kids didn't have basic necessities like coats, shoes, good clothes. So she started Grant a Wish to give basic wishes at that time.
Okay.
And so they would go to the schools, the social workers, and they would come and bring brand new shoes, coats. And these kids had a smile on their face that you would never believe, that because they just felt a lot better when you were wearing something new or a new pair of shoes.
Right.
And so Grant a Wish was founded by then to make a difference in the lives of children, needy, disabled, and abused children at that time. So that's how it started. And so she did her first 50 wishes in the basement at her home, and then she wound up getting an office downtown, and we stayed downtown until I closed the office in 2008. We acquired the building on 1136 East 93rd Street. So that's where the headquarters is. We moved it out there in 2008, but we bought the place in 2001. And Grant a Wish has, for 24 years now coming up, has been providing services to the community,
Since it was founded, how many wishes has the organization granted?
From 1981 to now, over 300,000.
Okay.
And we've done amazing work. Right now, we're doing a lot of amazing things. We actually have an event coming up Saturday, July 22nd. It's called the Grant a Wish Peace Carnival. And it's going to be our properties at 1134, 36, and 38 East 93rd Street. We're going to be blocking off the street and having all kind of activities, carnival games for the kids, clowns and face painters and all kind of food and free, food and music. It's going to be a really nice event. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, she did. You did. So you kind of took over the organization from your mother, is that right?
Right. She had a stroke in 2004, and things kind of got bad for her. And I got 3 other brothers, but she, kind of picked me to. I used to drive 18-wheelers, and so she picked me to do it. So I stopped driving, and I took over the organization back in about 2000. Obviously, I've started ever since it began. But I took over more so in about 2005.
Okay.
And before that I was involved, but then I became more involved with things. Actually, in 2001, she started a food program with the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And she used to pick up food every week. And I didn't like seeing my mother carry all the heavy stuff that she would have to carry. So I said, I'll take care of it. And so that's how I started. So I started picking up the food. Then before I knew it, I was coming there with the 18-wheeler to the food depository, picking up food and bringing it to, and I've been doing that ever since. For 23 years, I've been giving out food over there, and increase every month for 23 years, you know. And so we have been making a considerable difference. We've fed over 150,000 people in the time that we've been giving out food over there. So, you know, we did I answer that question?
Yes, you did. You did. But why did you want to keep it going?
Well, my mother said that the most important thing in life is to be of service. And when you see people suffering or people living on the side of an expressway or living under a viaduct, and you don't always know what other people are going through, you know, but when you see that, and you're going to say, well, what are you going to do? What is going to be your story? So my thing is that if we're giving out food, and I'm going to tell you about the other programs, but, you know, food was the primary thing. She used to ask the families, what was the most important thing you need? And they would say food. Because you can't eat, you know, it's very difficult to do a lot. You know what I mean? If you're hungry, and then you're just going to bed at night, your kids are hungry. So that was the most important thing. So that's how we started the food program. And the whole thing is that I wanted to continue all of it because it made a difference to the people that were receiving the services. Even now, we help so many people now with the other programs. So that's the reason. You know, the reason is the people. And if you can see a smile on somebody's face or you give them something that otherwise they, you know, maybe wouldn't have received, that's a plus for you, you know. It gives you a reason why to continue to do it year in, year out, you know.
And so I would like to talk about some of the programs that Grant-A-Wish has.
Okay, well, we have actually back in 2006, I created, it was a general wish organization that, you know, my mother would take on individual cases, and she would deal with different families and different kids that have asthma and different types of disabilities and things, and she would solve their problem best she could. So what I did was took all of the ideas that she had and encompassed it into 5 programs. And one is the Grant-A-Wish Food Program, which we are a member with the Greater Chicago Food Depository now, going on 24 years. We have a Grant-A-Wish Baby Program. Now that's a big program. What we do is we give out cribs, car seats, strollers, playpens, high chairs, toys, diapers, clothes, gently used clothes, and a lot of it's new and gently used, but we have a lot of people across the city that donate cribs and car seats and things that they no longer are using, but they're in very good condition, especially clothes. And so we give that out to mothers that apply through our website, and they can put in an application either through email or through mail, regular mail. And once those applications are received, then they go on that same website and they make an online appointment. And we have appointments every week. We deal with so many women that are pregnant, that are having babies, and so we provide them with a lot of support with those items. Baby equipment and baby supplies. Now we also have a Grant-A-Wish School Program. That's year-round, and we give out school supplies to any kids that apply, and parents apply. It's a year-round program, and we give out school supplies. And our stuff is more targeted, so it's kind of like you want calculator, you want whatever it is. And some of these giveaways are not necessarily specific as to what we do. We also have a wish program, which is to generally, individually grant wishes to kids through that program. And then we have the Grant-A-Wish Annual Holiday Gift Program, which we provide new Christmas toys to agencies around the holiday, you know. And that's a really, really good program. I mean, it, you know, helps a lot of kids that otherwise probably wouldn't have got anything for Christmas, you know. And I think that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, that was fine. So during your time, what has been the one wish the organization granted that stuck with you the most?
Well, this is when my mother was running things. There was a kid that he drowned up in a pool in Canada, and they had a hard time getting the kid back to the States. And so my mother orchestrated with all her lawyers and folks on her end. They orchestrated bringing the kid back through American Airlines to the States. And that stood out to me because there was so much that was a problem with the family not having enough money and being able to get that done. And there was another situation with a young lady which stuck out to me. She said that she was going to give her kid up for adoption because she didn't have a crib, she didn't have a supply, she didn't have this. And I told her, I said, you know, in about 15 years, you're going to be looking for that baby's going to be looking for you. And so I think that you may want to consider, keeping the baby. So she wound up having a baby. She sent me a picture and said, I decided to keep the baby. And that stuck with me more than anything I've ever done because that was a choice that she made. And a lot of people go the easy route to let it be somebody else's responsibility to take care of their baby when they should be the one because they have to realize that that's a gift, you know. And a lot of people, they need to know that having children is a gift from God Himself. But if you got a healthy baby, you're even more blessed.
How can people help support the work that Grant a Wish does?
Well, people can help us, of course, by donating money, and that's always helpful. But more so than that is in-kind donations. Like you want to donate, you got a crib at home that's in very good condition, you want to donate it. You got a car seat, you got a stroller, you got a playpen, you got some toys, you got some things that you don't want to, throw them out or even give them away necessarily, to some of these outfits that sell this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to mention some folks that sell this stuff, but they give it to us. We give everything away free. So they can help out and they can give, food if they want to donate food, dry goods if you want to. But the main thing is the babies, I believe, because that's the main program for me to watch. I had a Hispanic couple come there just the other day. It's on our website, on our Instagram feed, and they had twins. And I gave them a brand new double stroller. And they don't speak no English, but they had an interpreter. And they were so happy, the babies were just so cute, you know what I mean? It's just those moments like that make it all worthwhile. And so, people can help by, going on our website, reading about the different programs we have. And I say money is good, but, just from giving from the heart is even more important. And even if you could take the money and go buy wipes or go buy diapers or go buy some baby shampoo or something like that and donate it to us, then that is one way they can help,
Okay, great. Where can people go to find out more about Grant a Wish?
They can go to our website. It's www.grantawishchicago.org. And on that website is all of the programs. They can go to the Grant a Wish 2023 program page, and then there's a breakdown of the different programs, and you can read up about it. We got a lot of new videos. There's an application info page. There's a lot of flyers and applications on there for school supplies or baby program. And then we also have flyers on there about the upcoming Grant a Wish Peace Carnival. So that flyer is actually on the homepage right now. So you can go on there, and our contact information is on the contact page, and you can go on there and be able to contact me direct because my number's on the site.
Okay.
And I deal with a lot of people. I deal with hundreds of people every month, and I'm excited a lot of times when I can make a difference in somebody's life, and that's the key. So we also have a Facebook page. We also have an Instagram. We also have Twitter. We also have all the other social medias, and all of that's available on the website as well. That's, and my number is 773-454-8352. Everybody calls me from all over, And I deal with a lot of people, so it's okay. But I treat everybody fair, you know what I mean? I don't have any problems with anybody. You just have to be. See, the thing is, you gotta have love in your heart.
Right.
And to do this kind of work, charity, you gotta have a love for the people who come to you. You just can't, be judgmental or whatever. You just have to make your programs be beneficial to those people. And that's the key, you know?
Okay. So before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like our audience to know?
Well, just to try to be more prayerful and be more grateful for waking up every morning and to try in some way to make a difference. If it's not in a big way, in a small way, every day when you meet somebody. You might see somebody that's, on the street, sleeping somewhere, and maybe they're begging for food or they're begging for something. Just give them $1, give them a little help, because you can change a person's life just by a simple gesture of just caring. But all of us, we just go about our way. We just always worried about me. I ain't worried about nobody else. I don't care about nobody else. And so that's a part of the problem. I believe that if we all start to give more and care more, because see, my mother was, she told me when she was born, August 20, 1935, if you couldn't pay your rent, the whole neighborhood would come to your house for a rent party. Okay, and they helped you pay your rent. And if your kids, you couldn't eat, there was 5 houses they can go to where they could eat. And people were always willing to be, because that was the black community, the black metropolis, the Brownsville, that's all they had, which was each other, And you could go north, you couldn't go north because you couldn't go west, you couldn't go south. And the other place was the lake. So they had each other, and that is where we need to get back to. So I think that to give and to care and to share is all that I could extend out to people, that they would be more willing to just take the time to care about someone else other than yourself. And you will see that the communities can be changed. A neighborhood is only as good as the people that live in it. So if you got a bunch of no good people on your block, guess what happens to your block? It becomes no good, because everybody's selfish or only out for themselves. So I want to thank you all so much for the opportunity to be here and to express what Granite Wish does and our initiatives, because we're going to continue to do our thing.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being here.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Remember to make plans to join us again next week for Conversations with the Citizen, the place where real